The year is 1453, a year that will be etched in the annals of history forever. A young sultan stands at the edge of history, poised to change the world as it was known. His name is Mehmed II, a visionary leader with a burning ambition. He has a dream: to conquer the legendary city of Constantinople, a city that has withstood the test of time and countless sieges. For centuries, this magnificent city, with its towering walls and strategic location, has stood as a beacon of Christianity and a gateway between East and West. Its walls have repelled invaders time and again, earning it the reputation of being impregnable. Emperors and sultans before Mehmed have tried and failed to breach its defenses. The city has seen many ambitious leaders come and go, but none have succeeded. But Mehmed is different. He is determined. He is ambitious. He is relentless in his pursuit. He is Mehmed the Conqueror, a title he would earn through his sheer will and strategic brilliance. The fall of Constantinople is one of the most significant events in human history. It was not just a military conquest, but a turning point that reshaped the world. It marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, an empire that had lasted for over 1,000 years. The fall of this ancient empire signaled the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. It also signaled the rise of the Ottoman Empire, which would go on to become one of the largest and most powerful empires in the world. The Ottomans, under Mehmed's leadership, expanded their territories and influence, shaping the course of history. The story of Mehmed II and the fall of Constantinople is a tale of ambition, determination, and military genius. It is a story of a young sultan who dared to dream big and had the courage to turn that dream into reality. His legacy lives on, a testament to his vision and leadership. Mehmed's path to greatness was not paved with gold. He was born into a world of power and intrigue, but also of danger and uncertainty. At the tender age of 12, he was thrust onto the throne of the Ottoman Empire, a position fraught with challenges. His own family posed threats, with rivalries and rebellions testing his grip on power. Yet young Mehmed faced these trials head-on, learning the art of leadership amidst the fires of adversity. These early challenges forged within Mehmed a steely resolve. He learned to be ruthless with his enemies and shrewd in his dealings with allies. Most importantly, he developed a keen understanding of both the strengths and weaknesses of the Ottoman Empire. He knew that to achieve his grand ambitions, he needed to unite his people under a common goal and build an army capable of achieving the unthinkable. The conquest of Constantinople was not simply a personal ambition for Mehmed. It was a dream deeply rooted in Ottoman history. For generations, his forefathers had chipped away at the edges of the Byzantine Empire, each victory bringing them closer to the ultimate prize. Mehmed inherited this legacy, along with the unfinished business of his predecessors. He saw the capture of Constantinople as his destiny, a way to secure his place in history and fulfill the aspirations of his ancestors. This sense of destiny fueled Mehmed's determination. He pored over ancient texts, studying the tactics of past sieges and learning from their mistakes. He understood that to conquer Constantinople, he needed more than just brute force. He needed a cunning strategy, one that would exploit the city's weaknesses and overcome its seemingly impenetrable defenses. An unthinkable goal, Constantinople in sight. Constantinople presented a formidable challenge, a city that had withstood the test of time and the ambitions of countless conquerors. Its massive walls, built and rebuilt over centuries, were considered the most formidable in the known world. These walls, known as the Theodosian walls, were a marvel of engineering, designed to repel any invader. The city stood on a peninsula, bordered by water on 3 sides and protected by the Golden Horn, a natural harbour. This strategic location made it a jewel of the Byzantine Empire, a city that was both a fortress and a gateway between continents. Previous attempts to capture the city had failed, leaving many to believe it was impregnable. The city had withstood sieges from the Persians, Arabs, and even the mighty armies of the Fourth Crusade. But Mehmed refused to be daunted. He was a young and ambitious sultan, determined to achieve what others had deemed impossible. He saw Constantinople not as an obstacle, but as the ultimate prize. For Mehmed, Capturing the city was not just a military objective, it was a symbol of his destiny and the future of his empire. To prepare for the siege, Mehmed embarked on a campaign of unprecedented scale. He knew that to succeed, he needed to bring together the best of his resources and the most innovative strategies. He strengthened the Ottoman navy, knowing he needed to control the waterways around the city. The Bosphorus Strait and the Sea of Marmara were crucial for cutting off supplies and reinforcements to Constantinople. He commissioned the building of the largest cannon ever forged, a monstrous weapon capable of smashing through Constantinople's legendary walls. This cannon, known as the Basilica, was a technological marvel of its time. He gathered an army of over 80,000 soldiers, a force drawn from every corner of the Ottoman Empire. This diverse army included not only seasoned warriors, but also engineers, sappers, and artillery experts. Mehmed was leaving nothing to chance. He meticulously planned every detail of the siege, from the logistics of supplying his massive army to the psychological tactics needed to break the will of Constantinople's defenders. His determination and strategic brilliance would soon be put to the ultimate test. The siege begins, a city under fire. In the spring of 1453, the Ottoman army arrived at the gates of Constantinople. The sight must have been terrifying. Thousands upon thousands of soldiers, their armor glinting in the sunlight, surrounded the city. The siege had begun. Mehmed's cannons roared to life, bombarding the city walls with relentless fury. The defenders of Constantinople, though outnumbered, were determined to resist. Despite their courage, the defenders faced a desperate situation. They were low on supplies and reinforcements were scarce. The relentless bombardment from the Ottoman cannons took its toll, slowly but surely weakening the city's defenses, yet hope remained. The spirit of resistance burned brightly within the hearts of the defenders, fueled by their faith and their love for their city. Innovation and ingenuity, breaking the chains of the Bosporus. The story of the Ottoman siege of Constantinople is filled with tales of remarkable ingenuity and strategic brilliance. Among these, one of the most astonishing feats was the breaking of the chains that protected the Golden Horn. One of the most remarkable feats of the siege was Mehmed's solution to the seemingly insurmountable obstacle of the Golden Horn. This inlet, protected by a massive chain, served as Constantinople's vital harbour and a significant barrier to a direct naval assault. The chain was a formidable defence mechanism, stretching across the entrance of the Golden Horn and preventing enemy ships from entering the harbour. This inlet, protected by a massive chain, served as Constantinople's vital harbour and a significant barrier to a direct naval assault. The chain was not just a physical barrier, but also a psychological one, instilling a sense of security among the defenders of the city. It was believed to be impenetrable, a symbol of the city's resilience and strength. Mehmed, however, devised an ingenious plan. He understood that to conquer Constantinople, he needed to overcome this seemingly invincible obstacle. His solution was both simple and revolutionary, showcasing his ability to think outside the conventional norms of warfare. He ordered his engineers to construct a wooden roadway over the hills of Galata, bypassing the chain and allowing his ships to sail directly into the Golden Horn. This was no small feat. It required meticulous planning, engineering prowess, and the mobilization of significant resources. The construction of the roadway was a testament to the Ottomans' determination and their leaders' visionary approach. The defenders watched in disbelief as Ottoman ships, seemingly sailing over land, appeared in the Golden Horn. This unexpected maneuver caught them off guard, shattering their confidence and exposing the vulnerabilities in their defenses. The sight of enemy ships in the heart of their harbour was a psychological blow that had far-reaching consequences. This brilliant tactical maneuver shifted the balance of power. It was a game-changer, altering the dynamics of the siege and giving the Ottomans a significant advantage. The ability to attack from both land and sea put immense pressure on the city's defenders, stretching their resources and morale to the breaking point. It allowed the Ottomans to attack Constantinople from both land and sea, putting immense pressure on the city's defences. The dual assault strategy was a masterstroke, forcing the defenders to split their forces and weakening their overall defensive capabilities. The city's once formidable walls and fortifications were now vulnerable to the relentless Ottoman onslaught. This act of ingenuity demonstrated Mehmed's strategic brilliance and his willingness to think outside the box to achieve victory. His innovative tactics not only broke the physical chains of the Golden Horn, but also the metaphorical chains that bound traditional military thinking. Mehmed's legacy as a military genius was cemented by this daring and successful operation, forever changing the course of history. Section 7. The Fall Through Breach and Gate. After weeks of relentless assault, a breach appeared in the once mighty walls of Constantinople. The final assault began before dawn on May 29, 1453. Ottoman troops surged through the breach and into the city, clashing with the exhausted defenders in a desperate fight for survival. The fighting was brutal, a maelstrom of steel and fire. But the defenders, outnumbered and outmaneuvered, could not hold back the Ottoman tide. Constantinople, the city that had stood for 1,000 years, finally fell. The last Byzantine emperor, Constantine XI Palaiologos, died defending his city, his body lost in the chaos of battle. Mehmed entered the conquered city, fulfilling his destiny and cementing his legacy as Mehmed the Conqueror.